Sons and daughters, at this moment, I see you. I know the pain they carry in their hearts, the struggles they faced in silence, and the moments when, even surrounded by many, they felt alone. But know this: I am here. Yes, right now. My presence surrounds you like a blanket of love and protection. Every word you are about to hear is designed to touch your hearts and bring hope into your lives. I want you to feel this deeply. I chose you. You are my beloved ones, and I have a perfect plan for each of you, a plan that goes beyond anything you can imagine. Perhaps you have faced moments of doubt, thinking, is God really with me? Does he see what I'm going through? And I say to you, with all my love, yes, I see, I know, and I care for you. Even when you cannot feel my presence, I am by your side, guiding your steps and supporting you in moments of weakness. Right now, I invite you to open your hearts, allow me to enter your lives and transform what seemed lost into victory. Believe, dear sons and daughters, I am the God of the impossible. There is no situation that is too big for me, no wound that I cannot heal. Write in the comments, I trust in you, Lord. This will be the first step to unlocking the blessings I have in store for you. Believe me, every act of faith is like a key that opens doors of miracles. Take that step right now. If you feel that this message is speaking directly to your heart, leave a like on this video and share it with those you love. This action is not just a gesture, it is a way of spreading my light to the world. Many need to hear what I have to say, and you are the instruments I chose for this. Remember, I have never abandoned you and I will never abandon you. You are precious in my eyes, and every tear you shed is recorded before me. Today, I say, it is time for liberation. It is time to rise up and walk towards the promises that I have prepared for your lives. Sons and daughters, feel my peace now. Close your eyes for a moment and hear these words as if I were whispering them directly into your hearts. You are not alone. I am here. I love you with an eternal, unconditional love. From now on, every word in this script will be a light on your path. This is the moment of transformation. Do not let fear or doubt stop you from experiencing the fullness of my love. Hold my hand and come with me on this journey. Write in chat or in the comments, I accept your call, Lord, and see how I begin to act in your lives, bringing peace, healing, and victory. Sons and daughters, listen carefully to what I, the Lord, have to say to you. My promise for each of your lives is clear and eternal. I am preparing something great, something that will take you beyond anything you imagine. My plans for you are peace, prosperity, and victory, and no force in this world can stop what I have determined for those who trust in me. I know there are times when doubts and fears try to steal your peace, but remember, I am the God who made the heavens and the earth, the one who parted the sea so that my people could pass through safely, the same God who makes the impossible happen in your lives today. When I promise, I fulfill. My words do not come back empty. I promise you that those who seek me with faith will lack nothing. Perhaps today you are facing challenges and feel that doors are closed. However, sons and daughters, do not forget, I am the God who opens doors where there are only walls. I am the one who makes the way in the desert and makes rivers spring up in dry lands. Write in the comments, I believe in your promises, Lord. I want each of you to declare this with conviction, because your faith moves my heart. When you trust in me, even when you cannot see the way, I will sustain you and guide you. My promise is restoration. Everything that was stolen or lost will be returned multiplied. If you cried, I will dry your tears. If you feel abandoned, I will be your safe haven. If they stumble and fall, I will lift them up with my strong hand and put them back on their feet. I promise peace, not the peace that the world offers, full of conditions and uncertainties, but my peace, which passes all understanding. I want you to feel that peace right now. Take a deep breath and let my presence calm your hearts. I am the God who guards you day and night, and nothing can reach you without my permission. I also promise you that the plans I have are bigger than your dreams. Your thoughts do not reach what I am preparing. Trust me and follow my ways, because everything I do is perfect, even when you don't understand what is happening. My timing is perfect, and all things work together for the good of those who love me, sons and daughters. Right. I trust in your plans, Lord. This is an act of surrender and faith, and I will honor every heart that turns to me sincerely. Do not be afraid, for I am the one who fights the battles for you. You are not alone, and the enemy has no power against those who walk beside me. My promise also includes victory. No matter the size of the challenge you face, remember, I am bigger. Your victory was already guaranteed on the cross. I sent my Son out of love for you, so that you could have life in abundance. And this abundance is not just material, but also spiritual, emotional, and in all areas of life. Today, I ask that you trust me with all your heart. Don't worry about tomorrow, because I am already there, preparing the best for each one of you. Be faithful in little, and I will put you over much. Believe this. I do not forget my promises. While you wait for the fulfillment of these promises, I am working. Even when you cannot see or understand, I am moving heaven and earth to bless you. Therefore, remain firm, praying, believing, and walking in faith. Victory is on the way. Share this message with someone who also needs to hear about my promises. You are light, and by spreading my word, you are allowing other lives to be transformed. Remember, I chose you to be instruments of my love, sons and daughters. Today I want to teach you something that will transform your lives forever. Listen carefully. The key to overcoming any challenge is to trust me completely, even when you cannot see the way. Faith is not about what you see, but about what you know in your heart, that I am in control of everything. How many times have you felt lost, as if the world was against you? Maybe they faced closed doors, frustrated dreams, or words that deeply hurt their hearts. But today I tell you, these difficulties are not the end. They are part of my plan to strengthen you and prepare you for something greater. Your life is like a plantation. Every tear they shed is a seed. You don't see growth immediately, but with patience and faith, the seeds sprout and bear fruit. This is my time. Sons and daughters, perfect and at the right time. Write in the comments, I trust in your timing, Lord. I want you to proclaim this, because trust in my timing opens up paths that your efforts could never reach. Today, I teach you perseverance. Victory does not belong to those who give up along the way, but to those who continue to trust, and even in the midst of storms. Remember the story of Job. He lost everything, faced the deepest pain, but never abandoned his faith. And in the end, I restored him double, because I saw his faithfulness. You may ask yourselves, but Lord, why do I have to go through these difficulties? I tell you, every challenge has a purpose. Today's struggles are the stepping stones to tomorrow's blessings. I allow you to face strong winds, not to knock you down, but so that you learn to fly higher. Sons and daughters, today I also teach the importance of surrendering control to me. Many of you carry heavy burdens trying to resolve everything on your own. But I invite you now, place these burdens before me. I am the God who sustains, who guides, and who provides. You don't have to carry this weight alone. Right? I surrender everything to you, Lord. I want you to feel the lightness of trusting me. When you let go of your worries, I begin to work in ways you can't even imagine. I also teach you today about the power of gratitude. Many times, problems seem so big that you forget to be grateful for the blessings you already have. But know this: gratitude opens doors to miracles. When you are grateful for the little, I multiply. When you recognize my hand in your lives, I give you even more reasons to praise. Sons and daughters, do not allow yourselves to be consumed by anxiety. Don't worry about tomorrow. You cannot control the future, but I can. Trust that what I am preparing for you is good. Remember the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap, but I feed them. How much more will I care for you, my beloved children? Today I also teach the importance of being light in the world. The world can be full of darkness, of hate, of fear, of pain. But I have called you to be different. You are the light that reflects my love. Through your actions, others will see that I am with you. Smile, love, forgive, help. Be the change you so desire to see. And finally, I teach you the power of prayer. Prayer is not just a list of requests. It's a date with me. When you pray, your hearts connect to mine. Never think that your prayers are insignificant or that I do not hear you. Every word you say to me is precious and important to me. Keep praying, even if you don't see immediate answers. I'm working behind the scenes, sons and daughters, right? I believe in the power of prayer. Make this a daily commitment. Start each day by talking to me and see how I transform your journeys. Today, you learned about perseverance, surrender, gratitude, trust, and prayer. I want you to keep these teachings in your heart and put them into practice. I will be with you every step of the way, guiding you and strengthening you. Sons and daughters, allow me to share with you a story that reflects my love, my faithfulness, and the care I have always had for those who choose to trust me. This story is a living example of how I work in the lives of my children, even when everything seems lost. Remember Moses, the man I chose to free my people from slavery in Egypt. Moses was not perfect. He had doubts, fears, and even tried to refuse the call I gave him. He said, "Sir, I am not eloquent. How can I be the one who will set your people free?" But I answered him, "I will be with you." You know what happened. With my guidance, Moses faced Pharaoh, the most powerful man in that land. He had no armies or riches. All he had was faith in me, and with that, I performed miracles through him. When Pharaoh hardened his heart, I sent signs and wonders that proved that I am God. And finally, when my people were freed, they were faced with a great challenge: the Red Sea. Imagine the despair they felt when they saw the Egyptian army approaching and a vast sea in front of them. Many began to doubt and complain, saying, "Why have you brought us here to die, Moses?" But Moses trusted in me. He raised the staff that I had given him, and at that moment, I did the impossible. I opened the sea before his eyes. My people crossed over on dry land, and the enemies who pursued them were defeated in the waters. Sons and daughters, this is not just a story of the past. It is a testimony of what I do in the lives of those who trust in me. I am the God who opens seas, who breaks down barriers, who defeats enemies. And just as I acted for my people then, I still do so for you today. How many times have you felt like the people of Israel, surrounded by problems on all sides? Perhaps they felt there was no way out, that fear and despair would overcome them. But I tell you, when you seek me, I open paths where there are none. I make the impossible become possible. You may also be asking yourself, "Lord, why did you allow your people to face so many hardships before liberation?" I answer them, each challenge was an opportunity to strengthen their faith and to show that I am the Almighty God. If I had taken all the difficulties out of the way, how would they know that I am faithful? How would they have learned to trust me? So it is with you. Every sea you face, every adversary that challenges you, is an opportunity for my glory to be manifested in your lives. Trust me, and I will show you that there is nothing I cannot do. I want you to remember another part of this story. After crossing the Red Sea, my people sang songs of praise. They have seen with their own eyes my power and my faithfulness. But even after that, they faced times when they doubted, murmured, and forgot my promises. This also happens to many of you. You see my miracles, but faced with new challenges, you forget what I have already done. Therefore, I want you to keep this story in your heart. Whenever you face difficulties, remember how I parted the sea for my people. If I did it before, I will do it again. Sons and daughters, right? God is faithful and never fails. This is a reminder for you and for those who read this message. My love for you is eternal, and my promises are true. I want you to know that this story is not just about Moses and the people of Israel. It's about you. It's about how I chose you, how I guide you, and how I fight for you. Just as I was with them, I am with you today. Believe in me, sons and daughters. The sea that seems impassable will be divided. The enemy chasing them will be defeated. The victory that seems distant will be achieved. I am the God who never abandons my children. Sons and daughters, now that I have shared with you the story of how I delivered my people from Egypt and led them through the Red Sea, I want you to reflect on the deep meaning it has for your lives today. This is not just a narrative of the past, it is a powerful symbol of how I continue to act for you. The first meaning of this story is simple, but profound. I am the God who liberates. Just as I brought my people out of slavery in Egypt, I also want to free them from the chains that bind them today. For some of you, these currents may be fear, anxiety, or despair. For others, it can be a difficult situation that seems like a no-win situation. But listen well. There is no chain that I cannot break. There is no prison from which I cannot take you. Write in the comments, Lord, I accept your liberation in my life. Declare this with faith. Because liberation begins when you recognize that you need me and let me act. Another important teaching from this story is that even when everything seems impossible, I make the way. When my people stood before the Red Sea, they could not imagine that the solution would come through something so extraordinary. You also face situations that seem hopeless, moments when everything around you says there is no way out. But I tell you, I am the God who creates paths where there are none. I turn the impossible into possible. Think about what this means for your lives. What is the Red Sea you face today? It could be a financial problem, a complicated relationship, or a dream that seems out of reach. No matter what it is, remember that I am the same God who opened the sea for my people. And just as I did it for them, I will do it for you. Right. I trust that God will open my path. I want you to carry this trust in your heart, because faith is what allows me to act powerfully in your lives. I also want you to understand that sometimes I allow challenges to strengthen your faith. When my people saw the Egyptian army approaching, they felt fear and began to doubt. This also happens to you. In the face of difficulties, it is easy to forget the promises I made. But know this, I never let you face anything more than you can handle. Every challenge is an opportunity for you to draw closer to me and trust in my power. Remember that Moses' faith was an example to everyone. He didn't have all the answers, but he trusted me. He raised the staff with the certainty that I would act. You are also called to act in faith. Perhaps I am asking you to take a step, even if you do not see the full path. Do this with confidence because I am ahead, preparing the ground. Furthermore, this story teaches about my protection. The people of Israel were surrounded, the sea in front and the army behind. But I put myself between them and danger. Just as I protected my people that night, I protect them today. Nothing can touch you without my permission, even if it seems like the enemy is approaching. Know that I am the wall around you. Finally, sons and daughters, understand that the ultimate purpose of this story is to show my love and my faithfulness. When I freed my people and led them to the promised land, it was not just to show my power, but to let them know that I am a God who keeps his promises. You are also part of my plan, and the promises I made to you are as certain as those I made to Israel. I am faithful, and what I promise, I fulfill. Today, I want you to take this story as a reminder that I am the God who acts, who protects, and who guides. No matter what you face, remember that I am with you, just as I have been with my people in the past. Write in the comments, I believe in God's faithfulness. This will be a testimony to the trust you have in me and will help others to believe as well. Sons and daughters, now that you understand my love, my power, and my promises, I want to show you how to walk alongside me daily. This is the path to true peace, lasting joy, and blessings that I have prepared for each of you. The first step to walking with me is simple, but essential. Trust. Trust me with all your heart, even when the path seems difficult or confusing. You don't need to understand all the details. Just know that I am in control. Remember, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Write in the comments, I trust in you, Lord. I want you to make this a habit because trust is the foundation of our relationship. Without it, it's easy to get lost in the fears and worries of the world. Another important step is prayer. When you pray, you are speaking to me directly. They don't need complicated words or long speeches. I even hear the whispers of the heart. I want you to set aside moments of the day to talk to me. Tell me what you feel, what you fear, and also what you hope for. I hear every word and respond in my perfect timing. Write, I surrender everything to you in prayer, because when they do this, they stop carrying the burdens that burden them alone. I am the one who lightens your burdens and renews your strength. Walking with me also means trusting in my promises and not allowing circumstances to lead you astray. Sometimes you look at difficulties and forget that I am bigger than any problem. I want you to remember this. I never fail. What I promise, I fulfill. You just need to stay strong and not give up. Another important aspect is obedience. My ways are higher than yours. When I guide you, it is to protect you and prepare you for something greater. Sometimes my guidance may seem difficult, but know that it is always for your good. Follow my commandments with love, not out of obligation, but because you trust that I know what is best. Sons and daughters, walking with me also involves gratitude. Be grateful for what you already have and what is yet to come. Gratitude transforms hearts, opens doors, and attracts my blessings. Even in small things, find reasons to be grateful. You will realize that the more you give thanks, the more you realize my presence in your lives. Write in the comments, thank you, Lord, for everything. I want this to be a daily practice. Gratitude is a form of praise that makes me happy and brings you closer to me. Another essential point for walking with me is loving your neighbor. I have called you to be light in the world, and that means reflecting my love through your actions. Forgive, help, care. Do not let resentment or bitterness take up space in your hearts. When you choose to love, you are walking in my footsteps. Write, Lord, help me to love as you love. Because love is the greatest commandment I have given you, and through it, you show that you are my children. Finally, sons and daughters, walk with me with perseverance. The journey will not always be easy, but I promise to be with you every step of the way. When you feel weak, remember, I am your strength. When you feel lost, know that I am the way. I want you to make a choice today. Decide to follow me with all your heart, without reservations. I will lead you through green pastures, by still waters. Even if you go through dark valleys, I will be with you. Nothing can separate you from my love, sons and daughters. Take my hand now. I invite you to walk with me every day, because I have great things prepared for your lives. Believe me, the best days are yet to come. Right, I accept to walk with you, Lord, and make it a daily declaration. Every step of faith you take is a step closer to the blessings I have already prepared for you. Sons and daughters, now I want you to look to the future with hope and confidence. I am the God who takes care of you today and who has already prepared tomorrow. The promises I have for your lives are grand, full of love, prosperity, and purpose. Even if you can't see it yet, know that I'm working to make everything work together for your good. My first promise for your future is, you will never be alone. I will be your constant companion at all times. When you face difficulties, I will be by your side, supporting you. When you celebrate victories, I will be there, rejoicing with you. I am the God who never abandons my children.
Write in the comments, I believe that God will always be with me. This is a reminder that my presence is the greatest promise you can have. Nothing in this world can replace the comfort of knowing that I am with you.
Another promise I make for your future is provision. Perhaps today you are facing financial difficulties or worries about what tomorrow will bring. But listen to this. I am the God who provides.
Just as I fed my people in the desert with manna, I will also take care of all their needs. Do not worry about what you will eat, drink, or wear, for I know each of your needs and I am faithful to supply them all. My promise also includes victory over challenges. I know many of you face big struggles, problems that feel like insurmountable mountains. But I tell you, these mountains will be removed. You are not fighting alone. I am your warrior, and no weapon formed against you will prosper. Victory is already guaranteed, because I am with you. Sons and daughters, right. I believe in the victory that God has for me. I want you to carry this in your hearts, because what appears to be a delay or a defeat is, in fact, part of the perfect plan that I am designing for your lives. I also promise that your tears will not be in vain. Every tear you shed was seen by me. I treasure each one and will transform it into joy. You will reap the fruits of everything you sowed with faith and perseverance. What seems like pain today will, in the future, be a testimony of overcoming and of my faithfulness. Another promise for your future is peace. Not a passing peace, but my peace, which passes all understanding. I want you to know that this peace is within your reach, even in the midst of the storms. When you trust in me, your hearts are calmed, and you find rest in my presence. Sons and daughters, I also promise you that your dreams are not forgotten. I know the prayers you said, the desires you keep in your heart. Some of these dreams I'm already fulfilling, others need more time, but make no mistake, I haven't forgotten anything. The dreams that I have aligned with my plans for your lives will be realized in ways you cannot even imagine. Right. I believe that God will make my dreams come true. Make this a declaration of faith, because faith moves mountains and opens doors that no one can close. I also promise that you will have purpose. Each of you was created with a unique and special purpose. Maybe some of you still don't know exactly what it is, but I guide you in this discovery. You are not here by chance. You have an important role to play in my plan for this world, and when they live to fulfill that purpose, their lives are filled with meaning and joy. Finally, I want you to remember my promise of eternal life. I have prepared a place for you, where there will be no more tears, nor pain, nor suffering. It is a promise that goes beyond this life, a future that is eternal and glorious. This is the greatest gift I have for you, the result of the immense love I have for each one of you. Today, I ask you to hold on to these promises. Do not allow difficulties or obstacles to make you doubt what I have for you. What I promised, I will fulfill, because I am faithful. Your futures are safe in my hands. Sons and daughters, now that you have heard my promises and learnings, I want you to take a moment to reflect on all that I have shared with you. These words are not just messages of comfort, but an invitation for real transformation in your lives. Stop for a moment and ask yourself, am I really trusting God? Am I letting Him guide my path? It's easy to get distracted by the worries of everyday life, with the voices around you telling you things will never get better. But I want you to make a conscious choice today. Choose to trust me. Trust does not mean that you will understand all of my plans, but that you will believe that I am in control, even when everything seems uncertain. Write in the comments, Lord, I choose to trust you. By writing this, you are taking a step toward faith, reaffirming that you depend on me, not your circumstances. Reflect on the times I have worked in your lives. Perhaps at some point you felt alone, but then you realized that I was there, guiding and supporting you. I never abandoned them, not even in their greatest difficulties. Can you remember a time when I did the impossible for you? Think about it now, sons and daughters. I also want you to reflect on what you have been carrying in your hearts. Is there something weighing you down? Maybe a worry they can't resolve, a hurt they can't release, or a dream that seems too far away. I invite you to lay this before me today. Do not keep these burdens to yourself. Deliver them into my hands. Write, Lord, I surrender everything to you. This surrender is an act of trust that opens space for me to work powerfully in your lives. Also think about the way you have sought my presence. I am always there for you, but sometimes it's easy to let worries or distractions pull your hearts away from me. Today, I ask, are you taking time to connect with me? It's not about perfection, but about communion. I want to walk with you, hear your prayers and whisper words of love to your hearts. Reflect on gratitude. Have you been thankful for the blessings you already have? It's easy to focus on what's missing, but gratitude for what you've already received is one of the secrets to a fulfilling life. Remember, whoever is faithful in little will be placed over much. Be grateful for what you have today, because I am already preparing something even greater for tomorrow. I want you to also reflect on how you have walked with your brothers and sisters. Are you living in love, as I taught? Or are there hurts, resentments, or words that hurt? Forgive, as I forgave you. Forgiveness is not just for others, but for freeing your own hearts. I call you to live in unity and love, because this brings peace and joy that the world cannot offer. Sons and daughters, ask yourselves, am I trusting in me more or in my own efforts? It's natural to try to work things out on your own, but I want you to remember that I am the God who fights for you. When you give yourselves completely to me, I take control and do things that you could never do on your own. Finally, reflect on faith. Faith is not about feeling or seeing, it's about believing. Have you taken steps of faith, even without seeing the complete path? I encourage you today to do so. Walk confidently, knowing that I have already prepared the way for you. Right, I choose to walk in faith. That is a statement of courage and confidence that I will honor. Children and daughters, each of these reflections is an invitation for you to get closer to me. Do not let the doubts, fears, or external voices prevent them from living everything I have for you. I am the God who transforms lives, and all you need to do is let me act. Today, I want them to make an appointment. They undertake to trust me, to pick me up, to thank, to love, and to walk in faith. This commitment is not just for now, but for every day of their lives. When you choose to live this way, they make room for my blessings to flow abundantly in their lives. Children and daughters, allow me to speak directly to their hearts. At this moment, I want them to feel my presence in each word, like a river of peace flowing gently, touching the deepest parts of their souls. I know every thought, every doubt, every concern you carry. There is nothing in you that is hidden to me, and yet my love remains constant and unshakable. I want you to know that in all stations of life I am the same. When the winds blew hard, I went to the shelter. When the silence seemed overwhelming, I was the voice that whispered hope. When everything seemed lost, I was the light that shone in the middle of the darkness. Today, this same light is upon you, illuminating the steps they need to take. I know there are times when the weight of difficulties seems unbearable. It seems that the days drag themselves and that the answers do not arrive. But remember, my promises are true and infallible. Just as the psalmist wrote, "Those who wait in the Lord will renew their strength, will rise with wings as eagles. They shall run and will not tire. They will walk and not to stick." Isaiah 40:31. I am the source of this renewing force, which never fails. There is a greater purpose in every challenge they face. I use every difficulty in shaping your character, to strengthen your faith, and to bring out what I put inside you. You were created for something much bigger than you think. Each tear shed, every prayer made in silence, every act of faith, everything is being used for good, to fulfill the perfect plan I have for you. The way may seem long, but don't lose courage. Every step you take towards what is right, every choice you make to pick me up is building something eternal. You may not see it now, but I see the full picture. I know where this path will take them, and I say unto them, it will be glorious. You are not alone on this journey. My hands are extended, ready to hold them whenever they stumble. Just as I guided the people of Israel through the desert, I am guiding you now. Even when the landscape around seems arid, know that I am the source of living waters, the one that quenches the thirst and renews the spirit. Today, I want you to remember an essential truth. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. The God who opened the sea for my people to pass safely is the same God who is operating miracles in their lives now. What seems impossible to you is an opportunity for me to show my power. You have strength within you that you have not yet recognized. Forces I put there, waiting for the right moment to flourish. Do not allow the contrary winds to make them doubt what I can do for you and through you. As it is written, and we know that all things cooperate for the good of those who love God, those who are called according to their purpose. Romans 8:28. Nothing they face is out of my control. Everything is part of a greater purpose. I want you to feel the peace I give, a peace that does not depend on the circumstances, but which inhabits deeply in the heart. When they allow this peace to fill them, you will see how it changes the way you face challenges. The peace I give is not a fleeting, she is lasting, because she comes from me, the one who is eternal. Children and daughters do not allow fear or doubt to steal what I have for you. I called them to a life of fullness, not of scarcity. I called them to live boldly, confidently, knowing that the future is safe in my hands. No matter what's ahead, I've been there. Every detail was planned with love and care. What I have for you goes beyond what you can ask or imagine. You may be looking at your circumstances and thinking that there is no way out. But I tell you, I am the way out. I am the way in the desert, the shelter in the storm, the light that never goes out. When walking with me, you will find that there are no limits to what I can do. There is no too big dream, not too deep wound that I cannot heal. All I ask is that they trust. May you give your lives into my hands and allow me to work. Those who trust me are never helpless. My faithfulness is a solid foundation, an unshakable rock amid the waves of life. You can build your lives about this truth, knowing that it will never be shaken. Children and daughters, time is in my hands. Maybe you have been waiting for something for a long time and feel things are not happening as you expected. But I tell you, my time is perfect. Just as stations change in nature, there are also stations in their lives, and each one has a purpose. The season you are living now, whether it is joy or difficulty, is preparing you for something bigger. Trust me, because at the right time, you will see the fruits of what they are planting today, and these fruits will not only be to you, but also for those around you who will be touched by your lives. Stay firm, my beloved. Do not be down on the voices that say they are not capable or not enough. I created them for a unique purpose, and everything you need to fulfill it is already within you. I equated them with gifts and talents that will be used for something grand. I am the God who renews and who restores and transforms. What looks broken, I do new. What seems lost, I bring back to life. Everything I touch becomes new, because I am the one who makes all things new. Let these words echo in their hearts today. Feel my love, feel my peace, and know that I am with you. Today, tomorrow, and for all eternity, I am faithful, and I will always be. Children and daughters, as they keep walking on this journey of faith, I want you to remember something fundamental. I am in every detail of their lives. From the moment they opened their eyes for this day, I had already prepared every step they would take. My presence is not distant. It is in every beat of its hearts, in every breath they take, in every small miracle that often goes unnoticed. Many times you wonder, am I on the right track? Are the plans I have in mind aligned with yours, sir? And I say unto them, I am the God who directs, who guides, who prepares the way. You do not need to know all the details of the future. Just trust that I am guiding with love and purpose, as it is written. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rest on your own understanding. Recognize it in all its ways, and he will straighten his paths. Proverbs 3:5-6. My wish is that they walk with faith, knowing that every curve, every change, is part of the plan I traced for you. There is a beauty in not knowing what comes next, because it leads them to depend on me. And when they trust me, their souls find rest. You may be in a season of uncertainty, perhaps facing difficult choices or situations that seem confusing. But remember, I'm not a God of confusion. I bring clarity, peace, and certainty to those who seek me with sincerity. I know there are times when the journey seems heavy, when the strength seems to be exhausted. It is in these moments that I want to remember them. My grace is enough. My strength is perfect in your weakness. When they feel they can't continue, allow me to carry them. Just as a pastor takes care of your sheep, I take care of you with tenderness and patience. There is no burden that I can't carry with you. Children and daughters, sometimes silence seems deafening. You pray, wait, and yet seem to find no answers. But know this: silence never means absence. Even when they don't realize, I'm working behind the scenes. I am shaping what needs to be molded, adjusting what needs to be adjusted, so that at the right time, everything is revealed in the perfect way. I want you to learn to value the little things. It is easy to wait for great miracles, but I often manifest myself in subtle gestures, at times that gently touch the heart. When they see the simplicity of a flower that blooms, the smile of someone who loves them, or peace in a quiet morning, know that I am there, showing my love in ways that may not expect. Remember that faith is not a feeling, but a choice. You don't have to feel my presence to know that I am with you. Like the wind that moves the trees without being seen, so is my presence in their lives. I want them to trust, even when they do not feel, even when they do not see. You are called to walk through faith, not by vision, because what seems hidden to your eyes is fully visible before me. I know that sometimes the world tries to steal your hope. The problems, the difficulties, and the surrounding voices say things won't change. But I want them to know about it. I am the God who renews all things. Just as I did the dry bones of the valley rise and come to life, I can also renew what seems lost in their lives. As it is written, "Behold, I make all things new." Revelation 21:5. I am the God who transforms chaos into order, sadness into joy, weakness in strength. Allow yourself to rest in me. Often you run in search of solutions, trying to control what is out of reach of your hands. But I tell you, rest. Let me take care of what you can't solve. I am the God who works for those who trust me. There is no urgency that I cannot calm down or storm that I cannot silence. I want them to reflect on the love they share with others. You have been called to be light in a world that is often dark. Do not let the wounds of the past or offenses prevent them from loving. I loved them first, even with their flaws, and call them to love the same way. Love heals, restores, and unites. When you choose to love, even in the face of difficulties, you reflect my heart. You are not alone on this journey. Over time, I've always been with my children, guiding, supporting, showing the way. Today, I'm here with you, saying that the best days are yet to come. You have been called to a life full of purpose, to walk in hope and faith, knowing that I am the God who sustains them in all things. Gora, we walk together for this message. I want you to know that you are not here by chance. Every word I shared was directed to you to bring light, hope, and transformation to your lives. I love them with an eternal and unconditional love. You are my precious children, and I am beside you at every moment. I want you to take with you everything you have learned today. Remember my promises, my teachings, and how I work in the most impossible situations. You are never alone. Even when the world seems dark, even when storms intensify, I am the light that guides their ways. Now is the time to put your faith into action. Trust me with all your heart. Give me your concerns and allow me to guide your lives. You don't have to carry the bales alone. I am the God who sustains, who raises, who renews. All I ask is that they trust. I want you to know that the challenges they face are not the end of the journey. They are part of the way to victory. Each fight, every tear, every moment of doubt, all this is shaping you to something bigger. You may not understand now, but trust that I see the full picture. I'm preparing something beautiful, something that goes beyond your dreams. Right. I believe the best days are coming. Because that is the truth. What I have reserved for you is greater than anything you can imagine. Children and daughters, do not allow doubts to move away from me. Be firm in faith, even when the way seems dark. I am the light that enlightens, the strength that sustains, the love that never fails. You are mine, and I will never leave them. I want to make a special invitation now. Subscribe to this channel. This is not just a symbolic gesture. It is a commitment to keep listening to my words and sharing them with the world. Each time you sign up, they are helping to bring light to more people they need. This is the beginning of something larger, a movement of faith that can transform lives. Also leave a like in this message as an act of faith. Every action you do is a seed of hope. And as you do that, you are saying, I get this message, and I am ready to act with faith. Write in the comments a phrase or verse that speaks to your heart. Share what I have done for your lives, because your testimonies have power. By sharing, you encourage others to believe, trust, and seek my presence. Children and daughters, I want you to keep listening to my messages. There are more words of life, hope, and transformation waiting for you. Don't stop here. Watch the next videos and let these words keep guiding your steps. Share this message with at least 3 people who need to hear about my love and my promises. You are my messengers, and every act of faith from you reaches more hearts. You have the power to bring light to those who need it. Before I finished, I want to reaffirm something important. I love them. No matter what you have done or passed, my love for you never changes. I am always here, hoping to come back to me, ready to guide them along the path of peace and abundant life. Children and daughters, raise their hearts now and receive my peace. I am the God who guards, who protects, who restores. Nothing can separate them from my love. Believe it and walk with confidence, because I am with you every day until the end of time. Write, thank you, Lord, for your presence in my life. Say it a daily prayer, and see how I start acting in ways you have never imagined. This is not the end, but the beginning of a transformative journey. Keep listening to my messages, sharing my word, and trusting me. There is much more than I want to do in your lives. Do not let this opportunity escape. Remember to watch the next videos and share this message with those who need me. You are part of my plan, and together we can bring light, hope, and love to the world.